It's finally here. The time when all those zombie movies you've seen or all the games you've played will be useful. The apocalypse has just exploded, tiktakers. Are you ready to find out how to survive? The first step will be to get away from the cities. Our home is probably no longer a safe place. It's better to go to remote areas like the countryside or the mountains. The zombies will have a hard time getting there. A river or a farmland nearby will score points. The situation may go on. All the apocalypse experts we have consulted agree that even if we go out to explore from time to time, having a place to settle down is the wisest thing to do. Meanwhile, it's advisable to grab a few tools. A lighter, a first aid kit, or a flashlight could save your life. It is also a good idea to take a few cans of food with you. They're small and will not go to waste. And remember that technology as we know it is probably gone. A map or a compass will be essential. But no so fast, tiktakers. Getting all these objects will depend on how lucky we are. So don't go into hospitals, shopping malls, or supermarkets. They're one of the first places people will go and therefore big zombie spots. Once we get our new lives on track, the next thing we'll do is build our survival team. But no search in the streets, this is not a job interview. And at the beginning, it will be better to be suspicious. Not everyone will have good intentions. Don't forget that everybody's fighting to survive. Prevention is better than cure. You know, basically because there is no cure. There are several profiles among the people we'll be meeting, and we're going to need the best ones on our team. The typical handyman, the one who's good at everything and who can build you a hydraulic jack with 2 sticks? That one. And why not? Any hunting enthusiast will also help us stock up on food. Is there a doctor in the room? This is certainly one of the most sought-after jobs in zombie apocalypse. Although in wartime, we also accept veterinarians. Another interesting profile is that of the introvert who almost never contributes anything, but in a life or death situation knows how to calculate the safety distance when you blow up a barrel of gasoline. For sure, yes, the gas barrel scene must appear in every zombie apocalypse. And last but not least, we want to acknowledge the role of the expendable of the group. That person who has no special talent and is totally dispensable. You know, the one who accidentally falls down and entertains the zombies while we escape. Poor things, nobody ever thinks about them, and they need to be fed too. So do you have your group lined up? Well, a word of advice, don't get attached to anyone. Maybe that person you have made friends with will be tomorrow's breakfast for the zombie in the garden. It's better to keep a healthy emotional distance so that we're not affected too much when they're gone. Now that we have organized ourselves, the next step will be to master a weapon. Remember that you're in the middle of a hecatomb, there is no moderation. A crossbow, a bat, a shotgun, be as cool as possible. But preferably long-distance weapons, and more importantly, aim for the head. This is Zombie Survival 101. Have you seen Train to Busan? No public transport. Yes, we all laughed at those 8 AM Sunday runners, but right now they're one step up the food chain. This will probably be one of the most important skills for survival, if not the most important. So train your body, tiktakers. By the way, being in a zombie apocalypse is no excuse not to shower. Hygiene will be very important as it will help prevent infection outbreaks. We've got enough trying not to get bitten, we don't want to worry about getting fungus in a dump. Just as in our normal life, routine is very important, and basically it will help us not to go crazy. Taking surveillance shifts, checking barricades, we emphasize showering, will help us have a sense of order and keep our minds busy. One more essential piece of advice is to be alert to any sign. Statistics say that 1 out of 3 groups break up because one of their members has been bitten and is hiding it from the others. Very careful with those traitors. If you see someone dragging half a leg or bubbling nonsense, watch out! Maybe your soulmate is crippled or speaks Russian. Or maybe he's becoming a walker and you have to finish him off. That's why you can't get attached to anyone. So, TikTakers, be prepared for anything without losing your optimism. Maybe the chaos is about to end and we'll soon be back to our old lives. Although we have left the most important thing for the end. If it walks like a zombie, smells like a zombie, and looks like a zombie, do not hesitate. It is a zombie. Well, back to real life. We are living a really strange situation, that's why we wanted to have a little fun. As you all know, life gets much easier when we laugh. We send you all our support. And don't forget to share these tips with your friends. May the zombie apocalypse catch us fully prepared. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!